Can you hear me?
Hmm.
Yeah, you
I
can't
can
hear
hear
me.
you. I can hear you.
So the video,
I am
now I
not seeing
wonder,
it show up in YouTube yet.
well, there's a
Oh, it.
delay.
Oh, there it goes. Okay. It's not playing though on our screen in the StreamYard, is it? You don't see it. It
I'm
just says your
seeing it.
browser. Really? Mine says browser failed to play the video clip.
Oh, I've got
But it's
some
showing up
weird.
on YouTube. That's the important thing.
You're using Chrome, right?
Yeah.
Hmm, that's strange. How long is this video?
Just a tiny bit over a minute.
Okay, so it gives a little bit of time. Our audio shouldn't be coming through. It should just be that and there, and there we go. A short video, which I guess you're going to add some numbers to it and
Yeah,
the
do a
countdown timer,
countdown.
the floating icons. It would be cool um, if the background right here had those
Yeah.
floating icons, just very
Any
subtly
way to do
shifting
an
around, not
animated?
too much.
Will it take an animated GIF?
I possibly you could
Yeah,
try.
I
You
could
could
always
make
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 a
make one and see
very
if that.
short version. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't upload this video as our background, or that video as our background, so that didn't work. Let's see. Got Trina. Got Jeremy from London. Good morning. Good morning. We're going to have a special guest today. I guess we previewed it last week.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I think everyone's going to be pretty darn happy because it's something
Let's,
we've all used. I think
let's talk about
probably.
shirts.
Oh
Hello,
yeah.
I'm a
Hello,
Mac.
I'm a Mac.
Right, that's the Justin Long
Mm-hmm.
shirt. I don't believe they made an I'm a PC shirt.
They did, but they ran it over with a car several times and dragged it behind a horse.
There's Klaus from Sweden. I gotta believe that Klaus has been present at every one of these.
Must be a good time of the evening,
Right.
morning.
And I have the what does it say? Cupertino, home of the mothership.
Nice.
The original mothership, before it actually physically was a mothership.
You can't tell me that thing can't take off. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Just waiting for the right moment. Fograth. Oh. Wait, didn't we decide that Fograth is Chris? So he's both here and there.
That's right. Yes. He is multitudes.
Fograth is our special guest and in the audience at the same time. All right. Oh, are we ready to go? Are you ready to go?
I am ready. Yeah. I
All
was just
right.
trying to, yep. All
Okay.
set.
Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the RetroMacCast with James and John. This is episode 576 for June 27th, 2021. Good morning, John.
Good morning, James.
I was just thinking, if you're watching the YouTube stream, John, it made a short video sort of animating the icon background that we have normally for the YouTube video. Once you do that, what I will also do is I'm going to add the theme music. This is all like a work in progress. Like this is.
Yeah.
I think by year 5 we'll have this
What do you
fully
mean?
produced.
You're 5 of just doing the video-y part of
Right.
it, right? Not, yeah.
Yeah, we're into year 2 now, and we're almost figuring out what the intro will
Right.
be.
Right. Yes.
We almost have graphics for it. We had a proof of concept that we've been fiddling with for a year.
No, I mean, really, I just
Mm-hmm.
I just started the video thing last, earlier this week. Just been messing around in After Effects.
Yeah, it looks really great.
Yeah,
Very
it's
smooth.
getting there.
Yeah.
Got several more icons to add, and
Right.
make the paths for and all that fun stuff. So
Here's an idea. Icons of you and me.
I like it. I like it.
Like Steve Jobs.
There's a like Steve
He
Jobs
has the
one, yeah.
icon. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. You could try your hand at
I will try my hand at that.
one
That sounds
bit
like a great idea.
icon art.
I like it.
All right, that's my challenge to you. I'm just the idea person. I can't execute any of these things. All right. Well, let's see. Today on the show, we'll have the usual things we talk about. And we have an interview coming up later. We will be talking with the architect behind Macintosh Garden. Chris will be here a little bit later. Just very exciting. We have never, and I don't know if we reached out in the past.
I don't think so. I happened to see that he had posted something on Reddit, answering somebody's question, and I'm like, ooh.
Well, yeah, it's funny how you go. I mean, we've been doing this podcast, right, for 15 years almost. And we talk about Macintosh Garden probably, I don't know, every other show it seems, because it's usually when we're talking about software or something, that's what we reference as the place to grab it. But for some reason, we've never connected with anybody at that site. So
yeah,
wow, I guess it's long overdue.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris will join us a little bit later. And let's see, anything else we need to talk about here at the beginning? No, we're good. All right,
Yeah.
We'll be right back with some eBay finds. Okay. Scarlet Swordfish.
Klaus, 3 p.m. for Klaus. Let's see, who else is
I'm ready to go whenever you're ready to go.
Trina. Okay, yes, I am ready.
Okay, let's go in 3, 2, 1. Time now for the eBay finds of the week. But first, we'll go to last week. And there was that denim Apple logo necktie. Really cool item. Unfortunately, the seller wanted way too much, $250. So it did not sell. It is still available with a make an offer option.
Ah.
Yes. Then the stamps, these rubber self-inking stamps, I think, from Apple, from internal Apple use stamps. Also kind of pricey, right? $300 was the buy now, but there was a make an offer, so these did not sell either.
I mean, really, those are kind of tempting. I know it's a little pricey, but
a little, yes.
But I mean, they're just so,
right.
They're official. They were officially used at Apple, but it's certainly not something that was mass produced.
Right. What about the cups?
Oh,
Cups
yes.
did not sell. They just had a low price of 99 cents. Did not sell. Still available at that price. Okay, let's move along.
Maybe if they throw in the Dead Neighbor CD, sweeten the pot
possibly.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, possibly. Okay, we will begin with a couple of publications. The description says, what does it say? Is there a description? It just says photos. Oh, it just says, this goes back to when the Macintosh was a rookie. Apple published a rare software sampler catalog to show off the early software for the Mac. Also included are 3 very rare genuine Apple publications. So they also include Macintosh, a synopsis of what industry analysts, market research firms, and customers have to say, a critical evaluation of Macintosh use by office professionals, and Macintosh, MS-DOS, or Windows, a synopsis of what MIS managers and business computer users have to say. So let's look through the pictures here. Now, the software sampler disc.
Yeah.
I have a software sampler disc. I don't think I have one that has this label. You see that label? It's got like that cross stitch.
I like it. I like it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So the catalog, the pamphlet, has a kind of a top-down view of a Mac, and you're about to insert the software sampler disk. and it says Summer 84 in the corner. Let's see here. Where's my? I'm trying to find.
There you go. Yeah.
Find
Like you can also see on
that?
the Macintosh screen, which is from
Yeah.
a very front top angle, but you can see the same Macintosh in that script font on the screen and the icons.
What is going on? Where are the rest of my pictures? There were a bunch of pictures, right?
There were, yeah.
I can only pull up one of them.
Huh. Just scroll through it. They're all.
Oh, I see. They're embedded in
Yeah.
the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
That's where
Yeah.
they were. Okay. Anyway, so they just have a sampler of different apps and screenshots, descriptions of them, including file vision there, and they show an example of a word processing, spreadsheet, graphics, communication, business, and play. I wonder what the play might be. You think it's Alice?
Alice?
Possibly?
I mean,
I don't know. We don't see that one that page because, well,
unless they're considering the
samples.
graphics something that you can kind of play with. I don't know.
I don't know. There's then this synopsis of industry analysts have to say the critical evaluation prepared from a report by Pete Marwick, Main and Company. And then Macintosh, MS, DOS, or Windows. Because remember, all three of those existed simultaneously at that time. Imagine, you're making that choice whether you go with MS, DOS, or Windows. But yeah, so we don't get really any anything from the inside of those later applications. Okay,
so what do they want for this?
See what those have to say. What do they want? They want a starting bid of $49.99.
Oh, that's pretty darn reasonable.
For all that, I think so. I'll buy it now, $64.99. Yeah, but there's some real gems of information in there. Real tiny capsule of stuff. This ships from San Francisco, California at a pretty low, reasonable rate. Okay, let's move it along.
All right, next up we have an Apple AudioVision 14-inch CRT monitor tested with Macintosh keyboard and mouse. So you're getting a monitor, keyboard, and mouse, not a computer to hook it up to, mind you.
But in the picture, there's a display.
The keyboard
Where's that coming from?
A French keyboard.
A French keyboard.
Looking at the description on the bottom. Yeah. It is definitely not an American keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
It's got extra characters. All right, I'm just going to get right down to it. Yeah, this speaker, I mean, this monitor is a nice monitor. I've got one right there. I'm so glad I didn't spend US dollars $454 on it, because that's what this person wants for a buy it now price. This is coming out of Canada, Quebec, and that so Canadian dollars, that's $557.99. Wow. I mean, is there something special about these monitors I'm not aware of?
Well, they're getting
filled
rare.
With unobtainium?
Yeah, I think they were rare to begin with. Well,
really?
I'm not sure I would justify that price, but I thought the idea of these monitors, finding them and getting lucky to find it at a lower price, that might be hard to do. I don't have one of these monitors. I've always sort of lusted after them. So you say you have one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And didn't they come in various sizes, or is it just the one size?
As far as I know, it's just the one size. There you go, right there. Got it connected to
and they were cool. Is that a tilt swivel stand on it?
Yes. Yeah. So it tilts and swivels. The speakers sound really nice on it. It's a great gaming monitor. Yeah, it does have the very weird connection. It's not your standard 15-pin Macintosh connector. So, like, if you either have to have an adapter or a computer that actually has that.
Right.
Has that. Did I see some cracked plastic in one of those pictures?
Yeah, on the top by the microphone.
Oh, weird. Oh.
So these AV monitors, built-in speakers,
right?
Built-in microphone. What else is built in? Is that it? Is that the extent?
It's got if on the left hand side,
Uh-huh.
You're not going to be able to see this. You can actually connect the ADV cable
Yeah. Okay.
to the monitor, and then it's actually got
So it's a
ports.
pass-through for ADP.
Yeah. So it makes it easy to get to the ADV ports.
I see. And so you got front volume controls and I think just the regular monitor controls, but sort of like an iMac today, except there's without the computer part, which is kind of how they're showing it right now without the computer. But they obviously in the pictures they have it hooked up to a computer, so we can see the picture is at least there.
I'm guessing if we went to their see the other items for sale, we're going to find a Macintosh for sale. That's my guess.
Yeah, Mac 84 confirmed that it was just this 14-inch model that was ever sold, although they plan for others.
Oh yeah, they have a lot of Macs for sale, including the Macintosh TV, a Color Classic. Wow. Tangerine iBooks, 520s. Wow, yeah. So they're selling a ton of Mac stuff. Some working, some not.
Yeah. Other than the little crack on the microphone on the top, it looks like it was pretty good shape without much yelling. But again, yeah, that price, well, but if you're looking for one, I mean, they're hard to come by. And of course, you do want to be careful to work out how this is going to be shipped.
Yes. Oh yeah. We all are aware of just how brittle.
All right. Let's move along to this thing.
What on earth is that, James?
I don't know. I'm glad Mac 84 is in the chat because he probably knows. He probably knows exactly what this is. So I'm relying on him. I did some searching around to try to come up with answers, and I could not. The description says, well, the title says Rare Vintage Mac Macintosh Video Box Board Adapter Mac Nifty Possible Prototype.
Mac Nifty. And
the description says kind of the same thing. It says the item has not been tested. It is sold as is with no returns. And there you go. And so now we're just left to look at the pictures to figure this out. And you've got a circuit board in a case. And there is Mac Nifty. So you got to assume this is Macintosh related. Back in that era when every third-party vendor, whether it was software or hardware, they would just append Mac to the front of something, and Apple seemed to let that go.
So does that look like a serial connector on one end and a composite video out on the other?
It is, yeah, that certainly looks like composite video on the out. It looks like some kind of connector, possibly a video connector. There's an adjustment knob, kind of just a black plastic enclosure, and a number of ICs and capacitors and such electronic components on the small little board. And there's the Mac Nifty. So what is this thing? Mac 84 has a guess. Looks like some sort of composite video or RF adapter for an Apple II or Apple III. Yes, but it's Mac Nifty. Mac Nifty, right? Why would it be for the Apple? But right. But what is that? What does that video connector connect to?
Yeah.
Or either side, right? I mean, I guess you would assume that's like composite video going out to like a TV or something.
Wait, you don't think it's the other way, do you? Do you think it's like to take like a camera and then digitize it through serial, similar to some of the other? I've got a Bucks that kind of does that. It connects to the serial port on
some kind of digitization.
120 AK512 Mac digitized.
Yeah. Oh, possibly. Interesting.
Yeah. So
and I bet you that knob is like a contrast knob, brightness knob, or something like that.
Yeah. So if you look at this thing, it's the Mac Vision.
Yes.
And what you've got on one end is look at that 9-pin connector.
Yes.
Right, and a composite. So this is actually composite in.
Right.
on this, and then connects to serial port on like a Mac Plus, and then the software lets you digitize the video.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing, and
Could
then
be an
it's
early
got a
version of
brightness
that.
contrast knob on
Yeah.
this.
This one just
So I'm
has a
thinking
single
maybe a
knob.
version of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, it's intriguing, right?
But yeah, that's a video digitizer. Yeah.
Yeah. Buy it now, $39.95. This is
There you go.
That's
Time to experiment.
a no-brainer,
Steve,
right?
Steve, you gonna get it? Huh? Steve.
This is a show right here. Hook this thing up, get it working. This thing, let's see, it ships from Veneta, Oregon. Free shipping, $39.95. I think that's worthy of a couple 20s to figure out what's going on with this thing. All right. We're a little early, but Chris, are you standing by? Are you ready to come in? All right. Let's reconfigure. Get rid of these things. Let's check in with the chat. How's everybody doing on there? Some guesses as to what it is. Yeah, those were cool monitors, especially the monitors, with that curved sort of, you got they deliberately, it wasn't just a flat face speakers. They curved them up so they kind of bounce up toward you. All right. Yeah. Software, right, would be the key thing for that Mac Nifty.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would be kind of useless if your Mac didn't recognize it at all. Okay, let's see. Let's get Chris in studio. We'll add him there, and we'll do a. All right, John, you ready?
I am ready.
In 3, 2, 1. Joining us is Chris, coming from the Macintosh Garden. Macintosh Garden we have been using for, gosh, I guess as long as it's been around, which 20 years ago. Is that right, Chris, that Macintosh Garden premiered in 2001?
Oh, wow. Yeah, 2000, 2001.
Yeah, I think that's what your About page says. So I didn't know that offhand. I looked it up. And so tell us, well, first of all, from where are you calling?
Sweden.
Where do you live?
All the way from Sweden.
Oh, okay. Just like Klaus. Do you know Klaus? You guys know each other? I know it's a big country. I figure everybody.
No.
Well, welcome to our podcast. It's long overdue. Have you been with Macintosh Garden since the beginning? When did you get involved? What is your role?
Oh, wow. 2014 is when I came in, roughly about there, when I took over hosting and all the responsibilities.
Okay, and so what caused that to happen? Were you just a big contributor, or did the original host know you, or how did that come about?
I guess it was along the lines of lack of time of the current administrators, lack of interest, pretty much.
And so you volunteered, I guess?
Yeah, pretty much.
So now is it just you, or are there other folks?
We have quite a lot of administrators, moderators in the background.
I see.
Who help out more than plenty.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It would hate to have to do that all on your own.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Do you have a rough idea of just how many titles you have on there now?
Ooh, thousands.
Yeah, easily.
I think it's about 4,000 or 5,000 per category, applications and games or 5,000 plus in each.
That's great. That is great.
And so, what are the hosting requirements? Like, what kind of disk storage? What's the rough order? How many floppies? You probably don't measure it in floppies. You probably measure it in terabytes, I guess.
Yeah, we're closing in on 5 terabytes of publicly available files. And there's terabytes upon terabytes in unsorted files and stuff that's a bit too new to release into the wild.
Yeah, so I guess that would be a big task as new things are submitted. You have to catalog and make sure they're in the right sections and keyword searches and all that.
Yeah.
Do you have like a cutoff date? Like it has to be so many years old, or what is your what do you base that off of? Company still available, or
the old rules set by the previous administration, about 10 years, unsupported by the publisher or developer, etc.
10 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means that every day more things could potentially be uploaded. But when somebody uploads something, you sort of have to rely on them that they believe it is like abandonware, because I don't imagine you have time to then try to figure that out and confirm it, right?
Most of the time I don't have the time to check how old it is and stuff like that, so we have lots of staff on hand that checks it for us, and if it's not, then unpublish it, move it into the future.
Go
ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, have you had any takedown notices? What I'm sure, right? Something EA games or
there's been a few over the years. EA games, Tomo, most recently Apple, and someone representing what's his name? The one who draws the Far Side comics.
Larson, Gary Larson.
Yeah, Gary Larson.
Oh, yeah. What was there, like a screensaver or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have no idea what happened there, but it's a publisher representing Gary Larson who basically said that we don't like this to be out in the open.
Yeah. Did you say Apple themselves?
No. Pretty large firm that got in touch with us on iLife and iWork products.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Especially since those old, what it probably is, it's not really so much that they're worried about you doing anything with those things that are, really, what use do they have for a 10-year-old iLife or iWork? But I think they're probably more worried about having to provide technical support to that guy that downloaded, iWork 99 or whatever,
right,
from Mac Garden, and then calls them and doesn't know why it doesn't work. Interesting. Yeah. So let's see. You've been you said 2014, so quite a long time. And you were sharing with us earlier a bit of a preview, because the site is still evolving. I know it's been in this, I can't remember. I remember there was like a relaunch a number of years ago, and so the current format has been pretty steady for a while.
Yeah, since 2009.
2009.
Yeah.
But you're looking now for the next iteration, so what kind of changes are we going to expect?
Oh, wow. Ease of use, for one. The new site, you can access it on vintage machines. For instance, if you have Netscape 2, it should render fine, like it does on a modern machine. Cleaned up archive. Everything should be, in the future, be categorized in categories, subcategories, genres and subgenres.
Wow, that sounds like quite the undertaking.
It got a little bit bigger than I thought it would initially.
And then, we actually have you provided me a link of the sort of, you said kind of between alpha and beta of what the site is. So here's a look at that. It's got a new
great
icon
use of the Chicago font
artwork
over there.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Fantastic.
And so, how long before? What's your guess to when this will be sort of the main place you would go? You laugh.
I promised myself not to set a deadline for anything of this.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm. You just let us know. I'm sure we'll stumble upon it one day. We'll say, "Oh, look, everything's changed." So how many? I got a question about the reach. Is it? How do you measure like the traffic? Like, I wonder. For example, like, is the desire to find old Macintosh software increasing over time? It must, but I mean, has there been a surge in the last, say, 5 years or so? I mean, how do you measure traffic?
In general, I don't have a big overview of the traffic out, but my estimate would be about, judging from the German mirror I set up a while back, it spans from 8 to 11 terabytes per month.
Wow.
And that's just a mirror.
Right. And then how many members are there right now?
Oh.
Do you know? I mean, that's right. If you don't have that offhand, I was kind of curious. I mean, you don't have to be a member. That's the cool thing. I mean, you have to be you have to be a member to upload, right?
Right now, yeah. In the future, no.
Okay.
That's the whole thing. Free, transparency, privacy. I mean, if you just want applications, games, whatever, from back when, you should be able to get it.
And how is the site supported? Because obviously, I mean, you're pretty much a volunteer, but I mean, there's going to be real costs for hardware and hosting services. So how is that?
I set up a Patreon account way back, and I'm putting in a few bucks there, but everything else is from my own pockets on a monthly basis.
But besides Patreon, do you also have like a donate button where somebody could send you via something PayPal or?
I have PayPal accounts set up, but it's not on public display because it kind of feels awkward taking other people's money.
But you provide such a great service. I mean, this is, well, I'm sure you probably ran across Macintosh Garden before you became the admin because you were looking for old software.
Yes and no. I used to run another site with one of our staff members prior to the Macintosh Garden called Mac Domain. It's no longer live since we took over the Garden. So there was a bit of hot linking our files via FTP and things like that.
Oh, wow, okay.
We certainly we should get the community to at least cover the expenses.
As a matter of fact, Trina is asking, what is your Patreon page in case people want to...
Yeah, I think I can click on it right here, and we can actually bring it up
great.
there. So,
there you go.
Nice. There it is. So I'll put the link in the comments right now.
Nice.
And there you go. If everybody chips in a couple of bucks a month, that in the aggregate can go a long way.
Yeah.
And
absolutely
help Chris at least meet his expenses, which would be awesome. All right.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
another thing I wanted to ask really quick, Chris. If you're it's a retro software site. What retro hardware do you have? What
Oh wow.
you got a favorite Mac? What's
The one that sees most use is probably the classic and the 840 AV,
okay.
and then there's the Lombard. Apart from that, there's probably too much to list.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
All
And
right.
I got to ask one other
keep going.
question.
Keep going.
Some of your favorite retro games.
Oh wow. I'd probably go with the classics, Doom, Quake, and then there's quite a lot of role-playing games.
Okay, cool. Do you ever set up a LAN party, like for old school?
That'd be plenty fun to do, but
Oh yeah.
those days are over. I can't stay awake for more than 10 hours now.
Oh,
All right. Well, go on over to macintoshgarden.org, and you can see actually there's a link at the top here. I just noticed where you can click on through to the new test site.
that is great.
And,
It'll run on an old browser. That is nice.
And let's everybody hit the
Fantastic.
Patreon site and support Chris, and such a great resource, a long-standing resource for the RetroMac community, and hopefully for years to come. So thanks, Chris. It was great meeting you.
Chris,
finally.
yeah. Thank you so much for coming on and talking to us. This has been awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we stopped recording the audio part, but we're still live here on video. We'll entertain questions from the audience.
Steve says Macintosh Garden LAN party confirmed. Yeah,
wouldn't that be awesome?
I do love getting into a LAN. I'd like to do like marathon LAN parties here. It is fun.
It would be awesome if somebody gave us a sort of universal way that we could classic Mac game across the internet.
Yeah.
Heck, even if you did it across the internet through an emulator in your browser. I mean, everything, all the power of the speeds of the networks, the processing power, and everything exists. It's just making those, connecting it all together.
I remember. I think what was the service called? Back when the Xbox first came out, if you didn't want to do Xbox Live, there was a piece of like tunneling software. I think it may have been called Cortana or Spartan, but it let your Xbox think you were connected to other Xboxes in your room. So it was like a LAN, but it tunneled through. And yeah, if there was something like that for the Vintage software, so your Macs just thought you were on a local area network,
right? Like an Apple Talk emulator.
You had you had a hosted computer that was basically running that piece of software that your Xbox was hooked up to the same network. It was very easy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be really nice if there was something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Spectre as a LAN party game is great because it'll run on everything from a Mac Plus to a PowerPC, the same software. It's so good.
Awesome. All right. Well, Chris, we'll let you go. I know you want to get back to work, but thanks again for joining us, and we look forward to the launch of the new site someday.
Thank you.
So take care. Bye.
Nice.
All right.
That was so great.
Okay, so we're going to switch gears and get to the news. Just got to figure out where I am in all my windows. And let's see. Share.
Oh, Steve said that there was a similar thing for the GameCube called Warp Pipe. Or Warp Pipe, I'm sorry. Yeah, Warp Pipe. Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready to go?
I'm ready.
In 3, 2, 1. It's time for the news. Did anybody catch this over on Vimeo? Thibaut Crapel, hopefully I'm close, created a modern ad for a classic Mac, the original Mac to be specific, all in 3D with music and all. And I will play just a short bit of this, just a tease, and then tell everybody to go to Vimeo and watch the whole thing. There you go. And it goes on and shows some cool animations of some of the graphical user interface. Very well done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Loved it. Yeah. Just beautifully created. So that's over on Vimeo. Just look for Macintosh 128K motion design. And another thing I wanted to show over on YouTube this time. You remember Jimmy that has the amazing collection in Dubai. He calls it the Apple collection, the AAPL collection. He installed this soundboard. It's the VestaBoard Smart Split Flap Display, and he put a whole video for the unboxing and the installation, the setup, and all that on YouTube, so you can watch that whole thing. But I was just going to play a quick little snippet here of it in action and hanging in his space.
Oh, that's all. That is so cool looking. Wow.
And now, look at that. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
There are 6 lines, right? Mm-hmm. Which is perfect for 6 colors. And guess what? The colors are there too. I think there's only like 10 colors available, but fortunately 6 of them are the ones you need. And it's like it was tailor-made for the retro Apple fan.
Yeah.
And I said that in the comments over on Facebook in the Vintage Mac group there, and Jimmy confirmed that. Well, in fact, it was made by Apple fans. So I think it's no coincidence that the configuration is such as it is. But
great.
These signs at VestaBoard, I think VestaBoard.com is the URL. And they're making a limited run in 2021, and there are a handful left.
Wow.
They are
what's
spendy.
the price?
I think it's between 2,000 and 3,000 for these things. They're quite spectacular because they each they're of course it's all mechanical.
Yeah.
And so there's little motors and these things flip, and it's programmable. You can get on your phone or on a website and shoot messages to it or do whatever you want. It's just it's like visual art, and then you got that little clickety clack, very reminiscent of like old signs and train stations or even the old time clock radios that would
that flipped
the little numbers over. Right. So it's pretty awesome, especially when you've got it sitting above all those great Macs and an Apple One. Maybe they're framed on the wall. And one more thing that we saw. Where'd you get this? Who provided?
James Wages mentioned it on Facebook, and it was I thought at first it was just another SCSI to SD hard drive emulator, but no, this one is actually geared more towards CD-ROM emulation, where you can put your CD-ROM images on it, and it will be to the computer that is just a CD-ROM. So if you have like games that require the CD-ROM to be inserted, well, here's your solution, and it's a little bit more, because I'm sure most of the people know that you could. What I used to do is you would make an image of the CD and just mount that CD image on the Mac that you were running the software on, and it would go, okay, there's my CD, I'm good to go. But this looks really cool. $119. I'm really like, I thought I needed to get more things because I just bought 2 blue Scuzzies, but I think I'm gonna have to get one of these to play with.
Yeah, I like that it has the even the audio out.
Yeah.
So you could run that to like an amplifier or something and
Mm-hmm,
some external speakers. And it comes packed with lots of software as well,
was it
ready
a
to
16
run.
gig card that it comes with, just loaded with stuff?
A big list of, I think, games is
Yeah.
what you got on it. So, yeah, this looks really awesome. Designed and shipped from within the U.S. Mac SD, it's over on Tindy.com. Search on Mac SD from YMK Devices. Okay. We're about wrapping up. $28.50. Somebody looked up the price on the Vestaboard. It is a luxury item, but lots of wow factor. Yeah, I showed my wife and she was thrilled by it, but I can't remember. Did I tell her how much it was? I don't think I did. I didn't think I was going to get past that number with her, so I don't think I pushed it any further. But for something like that, I mean, to have it squirreled away like in here,
yeah,
and it needs to be downstairs, and you need to see it like all the time, and you want to be able to push messages, to family members and things. But for like a real proper museum like Jimmy has, it makes a lot of sense. Imagine if you had like visitors coming by and it showed their names and things, or certainly in a more traditional business, it would be a great thing to have.
Yeah, they are noisy, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
I guess we're going to close it out. You ready?
Next week, we are working on. Yeah, I'm sorry. 2 weeks from now, we're hoping to have another interview.
Oh, that's right. That's a secret.
We are hopefully should we announce it or should we just wait until it gets time?
How about just a tease? Another YouTube channel.
Host.
Vintage Mac, a host of a YouTube channel that's come on the scene within the last year or so.
Yep.
That John and I are both big fans. And I'll give you that additional clue, has agreed to come on the show. We just have to make sure the time and the logistics are right. Hopefully she will bring her sidekick.
Yes, her co-host.
Yeah, it's a duo, really, kind of like John and me. John's like, well, I don't know which one of us is which.
I'm definitely the co-host.
All right, so let's go ahead and record the outro.
All right, sounds good.
In 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, our thanks to Chris at MacintoshGarden.org for joining us. Long overdue to get connected with that website. So I know I'm going to go become a sponsor. I don't know. I overlooked that. That's just not that I wouldn't. It's just that I really probably just missed it. But I'm gonna offer up to support it. I hope everybody else does too. We are going to be off next week. It's going to be the 4th of July here in the States. So we'll take that week off. After that, we're working on an interview with another person that we have not connected with before, fairly new on the scene in the RetroMac community, at least publicly with her YouTube channel. So hopefully that will come together. John, I'll see you maybe during the week. I've got a Apple Network Server 500 that's sitting in my garage and needs to get out of the garage and up here.
Yes.
But to do that, it's a long flight of stairs, and that thing weighs a few hundred pounds. I don't know what that thing weighs. It's heavy. You cannot. It's at least a 2-person job. So that's ahead of me. Anything else, John? Your side?
Yeah, I've been playing around with my Apple IIs lately. I put a new ROM in my 2C, and I bought one of the new replacement power supply kits from Reactive Micro for my Apple III. So I'm hoping to kind of get my Apple III finally, see if I can get it working before Kansas Fest, which is coming up pretty soon. It's going to be virtual again, but. So anyone who's never actually made it to a Kansas Fest, kind of want to see what it's about. It's virtual this year, so I think it's $10. It's going to be 2 days. It's going to be a lot of fun. Last year was a lot of fun. I expect this year to be even more so because this is now their second year doing it virtual. So
July 23rd and 24th.
Yep.
Where they've got a countdown.
Friday off. Yes.
KansasFest.org. It is a $10 registration. Gives you live participation in 12 hours of sessions. So yes, maybe we can get somebody from Kansas Fest on here to talk it up before.
Yeah.
If you want to reach out to someone, that'd be awesome.
That sounds good.
All right. Well, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. And until then, remember, it's not old.
It's retro.
Okay. Yeah, Steve enjoyed. Steve Mac 84 is spoiling for us, but.
So, Steve, she had posted something on Reddit, and that's how I was able to get a hold of her. I didn't know how else to do it, but yeah. So I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Well,
Chris, I still see you on there. Hello.
He's hanging around to the bitter end. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us in the chat.
Yeah.
Nice.
If anyone can figure out a way to do some sort of tunneling thing for Mac network gaming, I'll gladly be a guinea pig.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.